Once there was a man who used to repair shoes on a street corner. People would pass by him daily. Some looked at him with pity, others ignored him. But no one knew his story. He was old, his hands were rough, his back was bent, but his eyes still held kindness. Was he always poor? Was he always a cobbler? Was he always just a man sitting by the roadside? His name was Arman. Years ago, Arman was an engineer in a big company. He had a good job, a lovely home, and a beautiful family. People respected him. Life was comfortable. But one day, the company shut down. Arman lost his job. At first, he believed he would find another one soon, but days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Slowly, his savings disappeared, friends drifted away, and life became a silent storm. He sold his home, his car, even his wife's jewelry, but nothing changed. Eventually, Arman found himself on the streets, homeless, hopeless. He would sleep under the open sky. Hunger became his companion. People passed by like he was invisible. One day, as he sat on the footpath, he noticed an old man's shoe had torn apart. The old man limped, struggling to walk. Without saying a word, Arman picked up the shoe, took out a thread he had found from the trash, and carefully stitched it. The old man was surprised. "Are you a cobbler?" he asked. Arman shook his head, smiled slightly, and said, "No, I'm just someone who used to fix problems." The old man left, but he gave Arman 10 rupees. That night, for the first time in months, Arman slept peacefully. The next day, someone else gave him another shoe to repair, then another and another. Soon, Arman was known as the kind cobbler of the market. He never begged, he never complained. He just repaired shoes, and slowly, people's hearts. Years passed. Now he had a small corner in the market where he would sit every day, stitching soles and soles. He would listen to people's stories while fixing their shoes. One afternoon, a small barefoot boy came running to him. His feet were bleeding. His eyes were sad. Arman looked at him and said, "Where are your shoes, beta?" The boy looked down and said, "I don't have any." Arman looked at his feet, then reached into his cloth bag and pulled out a small pair of shoes he had saved. He gently put them on the boy's feet. The boy's eyes filled with tears. He looked up and said, "Thank you, uncle."
Arman smiled and said, "Promise me, when you grow up, help someone else." Years later, a new law firm opened in the city. Its name was Saad and Arman Legal Solutions. When reporters asked the young lawyer, "Who is Arman? Is he your partner?" he smiled and said, "No, he was the man who gave me my first pair of shoes." Today, Arman still sits in that same market. He still repairs shoes, still listens to stories, still smiles. Because some people don't need a title to be heroes. Moral of the story: you don't need wealth or a title to make a difference in someone's life. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness can plant the biggest seed of hope. True greatness lies not in what we have, but in what we give.